Hi, welcome back to my channel. So thanks for coming back, I really appreciate it. So if you haven't done so already, please follow me on my other social media platforms, which is under TrulyMKE, Twitter, Facebook, obviously YouTube, and Instagram. Once again, that's TrulyMKE. So again, today's video, I want to do more of get ready with me. What do I do when the weekend hits and I'm about to leave the house? What do I put on my face? It's wintertime, my skin gets a little bit dry, I hate walking out, literally, I hate walking out of the house and I have like dry patches on my skin. It gets a little bit red over here. Yeah, that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. And that's pretty much how it goes with a lot of people actually during the wintertime. So come into my world and we'll do kind of like I said, get ready with me. Full face, not technically a full face, but something that's going to be easily to be, I guess, manageable, if that makes sense. Something that doesn't look crazy. Anyways, so here is my little makeup bag right here. There's a lot of stuff in here, don't get me wrong, but I don't use all of the stuff that's actually in here. It depends on the situation. So let's get this started. So just to kind of give you an insight, don't worry, nothing broke. It's just a little brush. I'll get that. Again, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what normally I put on my face after I take a shower. And even when I don't throughout the day, sometimes I get like these, and that's a lot of us, we get like combination skin where it gets dry, oily in some areas. For me, I like to keep the moisture on my face as much as possible, just because I'm in the house, I'm inside of a building sometimes, and the heat is on, you're sweating, but even though you're sweating, you feel like your skin is just drying out, right? So you may have seen this on one of my other videos. What I'm going to use right here, it is the IT Cosmetics. It's called Feel the Movement Anti-Aging Ultra Hydrating Sensory Awakening Primer Serum. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Anyhow, so if you've seen this in one of my other videos, you would have known that I've had this for about 3 years now. And as you can see, this bottle is a little bit less than halfway done with. So that just shows you how much of it I use. A little bit goes a long way. So what I do is get the eyedropper right here, put a little bit right here, and then I just get the rest of it onto my hand. So, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So it's pretty much all that I get. This is very middle. It looks like a lot, but it's because it's so oily. Smear it around, and then I smear it all over my face. And I target mostly the area that I get the most dry, which is usually right here, and especially under here. And I also get it dry under here, like mostly right here and up here. So I would say that's pretty much like 25% of my face. Now, the reason why I know it gets the most dry down here, because there's not a lot of moisture underneath our eyes. So we really want to keep this area hydrated as much as possible. And it doesn't look as crazy when you have maybe concealer or a foundation on, then all of a sudden you get like those little blotches. It's because there's no moisture there. So you want to make sure you get enough good moisture under those eyes. At least for me. I can't speak on everyone, because I know some people have more oily skin, some have more drier skin, and again, like others, like myself, have a combination of both. So then I let that soak in. I do one more face primer, or sometimes I'll do a moisturizer and then an eye cream, excuse me. And if that just varies on the day, how I'm feeling, you know, I'm in the shower, after I get out of the shower, I should say, and I just go into one of my cubbies and then I just grab it. If that's the case, then I'll just use that. So the other item I'm going to use, it actually came in one of my BoxyCharm shipments, and I absolutely love this. So there you go. It is the No Pore Blend Primer. So what I do is actually I just squeeze at least 2 pumps, and I'll show you right here. That is the amount that I will use. Again, only 2 pumps. And then I will take my finger, and just to make sure that it's evenly spread around, I just do this. And then I get the rest, smear it. So this way I'm giving myself an even coat. Here you go. And again, I'm targeting the same areas I normally always get the dry patches throughout the day, which completely sucks, but that's just the reality of our skin. So whatever's left over, I don't use a towel to clean it off. I usually try to do my cuticles because my hands seem to always get dry, regardless what time of weather or year or season, whatever it is, my hands always get dry. It could be because I'm always constantly washing dishes. So don't mind me. I don't know. I have this thing with hats. Like I always have to wear a hat. Maybe a baseball cap, a little beanie. I don't know why. It's just, yeah, whatever. Okay, so the next thing I go after here, or I put on after here, is that I will put on a corrector. So I recently, if you see one of my unboxings of the Dragon Beauty, I did purchase this particular item right here. And this is the Dragon Beauty Perfecting Potion, I believe. So I just started using this particular product right here. As I mentioned, I have used other correctors, but now since I got this, I'm going to start using this. This is actually going to be my third time using it. I've used it twice going out, but for you guys to see. And all I do is put very little bit. So what I mean by that is that I'll put like there. I'll put it right in the areas that seem to have little mark areas. And I always put it above my beard, and the reason for that is because I want to be able to mask some of the areas that I've kind of picked at, and I'll explain why. Is that with my beard, I try to get it as clean, lined up, as smooth as possible. So what I'll end up doing is that I will pluck the hairs, kid you not, to give it as even line as much as possible. So what I will do now is that I will then blend this out, and after that I'll put the concealer on. I do put concealer on before my actual foundation. I know some people would prefer either underneath it or above it. So let me get my small Fix Plus right here, a little beauty blender, or it's not a beauty blender, this is actually one of the Jeffree Star little sponges. So I'm just going to white lightly spray it. So there you go. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see. So again, I don't try to put too much under my eye. I try not to do too forcefully, just because under the eye it is very sensitive. Just enough where, if you can see, it's just blending out into the skin area. So nothing drastic. And then I'll put it under here as well. I have a little piece of glitter. Oh, I know why I have a piece of glitter on my face. I was putting away the Halloween stuff and getting ready for the Christmas stuff, believe it or not, yeah. Because my house is always chaotic, and I have to figure out okay, I'm not doing this right. I always have to figure out the best time for me to get like the Halloween stuff up. I mean, the Halloween stuff down and then the Christmas stuff up. Just because we have a lot of Christmas decorations, and we have 3 Christmas trees that we put up every year. Yes, 3, I kid you not. And the reason for that is just because of the kids. We want to make sure that we want to make Christmas and the holidays in general as festive as much as possible for them. And I know they'll love it. Last year was the first year that we put on 3, because normally we had 2. So I ended up buying an extra one. And then my husband was like, okay, where are you going to put the 3rd one? Trust and believe, I'm going to figure it out. And sure enough, I did. And when I posted the pictures on Facebook, people were like, really, Carlos? You really put 3 Christmas trees up? I sure did. Anyways, so as you can see now, it's completely blended out. Yeah, it looked like a half pumpkin, but that's all right. So now I'm going to go in with my concealers. So I do use 2 different types, if I can get them picked up. So I use also from the IT Cosmetics brand, the Bye Bye Under Eyes. I use the color right here is deep, and the other one right here is tan. So depending on the time of the year, I will use either a mixture of both, or one or the other. And again, that varies when either it's going to be fall or winter, because as we already know that during the summertime we get tan, so our skin does change due to actually being out in the sun. We get a little bit more darker some areas. So right now I'm going to use the color tan, and I'm going to place that in the same areas, except I'm going to add it right here as well where I put the corrector on. Now, a little bit goes a long way of this particular product, believe it or not. I've had these particular products right here, again, for the It Cosmetics by Under Eye for at least 2 years. As you notice, it has not settled. So that's what I mean by settling, meaning like any oils, anything like that seem to kind of like separate from the product. So that's the reason why I have not thrown this away yet. Because 2 years is quite a long time to keep a product, but it still works just as fine. So what I'm going to use a brush, the one that I dropped. It's also from, let's see if I can get it out for you guys. There you go, from It Cosmetics. And it is hopefully you guys can see. Okay, focus. Let's see, hopefully you guys can see. It is Heavenly Luxe number 2. So I really love this blush. And the reason why I like it so much is because it has 2 ends. It has one that I primarily use to blend out the concealer right there. See? And then the other end is more of like a buffer. There you go. I like that. So what I'll do is take the one that I use as the blending, and then I will put it right up here. Between my eyebrows and above my nose. And the reason for that is because I have a mark that is right here, and that mark happened when I was much younger, when I had pink eye and chickenpox all at the same time. Yes, I kid you not. I've asked other people, and it sounds like I'm the only one that has ever happened to. So I'm like, okay, clearly then I'm damaged goods. I don't know, but whatever. So then I'll put this under here. Oh, you hear the washer going off? My clothes are done. Sadly, I don't have a housekeeper to change my clothes or to put them in my dryer. I got a piece of hair. I'm not sure where that came from. I think it's an eyelash. Anyways, so there you go. I don't put a lot underneath my eyes. And the reason for that is because I don't want it to appear caked on, especially when I don't smile very often, but when I do, I don't want, like, you get those crevices or creases breaking up. I got that one piece of eyelash still stuck. There you go. And I don't want it to get like crinkly. All right, so that should be enough. Let me get the rest of these. Let's get going here. I'm too busy talking to y'all. So where we're at right now in Wisconsin, it is snowing. Today is Halloween. I'll put some right here too. It is snowing today. My son was pretty excited because he got to wear his costume to school today. I guess he goes to a private school, so they really want to stay more focused on the characters from children's storybooks. So that is what he's going in. He went in as Captain Hook from Peter Pan. So now what I'm going to do is use the blending side of this. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see it. There you go. And I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see. There you go. You know, I so wish I could have music in the background playing, but due to copyright reasonings, we can't do that on YouTube. I see other individuals do that, but clearly either someone hasn't pointed that out to them or they just haven't been caught, which sucks. I even want to sing out loud, but I don't know. Like, how is that possible? Like, meaning, like, how is it that people can sing songs, like remake songs, but not get penalized for it because of copyright reasonings? Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're watching music videos, not music videos, when you're watching other videos and people are doing their version, quote unquote, and some versions, some remakes are actually really good. But I don't get how they're able to sing those songs and not get in trouble. Oh, you know what? I thought it was done in here. I forgot to blend this up. Right there you go. Okay. There you go. I look cute, don't I? Yeah, I still look like a mess, but that's all right. See? All right. So that is done. I blended all that out. So once again, now I have the skin corrector on and I have my concealer on as well. And again, I always put the concealer on prior to my foundation, and the reason for that is because I'm not trying to bring all the attention under my eyes. I want my skin to feel and appear flawless and look evenly without it having like these highlights everywhere. That isn't what I'm personally trying to achieve. And plus, I am a guy and I'm slightly older in age, so I want to be able to kind of avoid those highlighted areas. Some people looks good. Sometimes I will do that depending on the situation, like where I'm going, I may do that. So now the next thing, and I will go over this one more time with another concealer on top. Very small, very little bit, and I'll show you. So the next product that I'm going to use, it is from the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I wear the color 260. So again, I use just very minimum, so I will use a blending brush or blending sponge, excuse me. I don't use a brush because when I use one of the brushes, I always get like those smear marks, and maybe I'm just not doing it right, or maybe it's the actual brush itself, maybe the bristles, I don't know. But I always get like these, like, they look like paint marks. I'm like, dang, I look crazy. So what I'm going to do is I get one pump, and then one pump I will do this area right here, right? So let's get going. Let's get going. Okay. So here we go. So yes, I know it looks a bit lighter, right? But it's okay. It will, this is my winter shade. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, we always have different shades based on the year, the season. If it's during the summertime, we're going to obviously use a little bit more of a darker complexion, or not complexion, darker shade. And that's just because we're out in the sun. You know, we out there getting baked with all the goodness from the sun rays because we're in there swimming around, you know. But so this one right now is my winter shade because I'm in the house and I start to look real pale. So there you go. I'll just bring this up. And then because I have a beard, what I normally do is that I will then start to blend it downward to kind of smooth it into my skin, just like this. Just like that. And then I and then I dab above my eye, very little bit, like this. Now you see how it blended out, right? So obviously this side is the side that I have not completed yet. Half pumpkin. And then this is the other one that I put the Fenty Beauty foundation on. So as you see, it doesn't look as bad as when you first apply it on. You just have to start working it out a little bit. So then you don't have like this massive, huge, like brighter skin area. So now if you notice that the areas that I put the skin corrector and the skin corrector and the other, excuse me, the concealer, you don't see it anymore. And that's what I want to achieve. All right. So I will do one more other pump. There you go. And I only do one pump. Some people do more than one, and that's, I guess that's, you put it on depending on how cake you want your face to appear. And again, I'm not Betty Crocker. I'm not trying to layer on all this frosting on my face. No, that is not my goal. My goal is to look presentable and not look like I am a clown. Not to say a lot of people do. No, by no means. It's just for whatever reason, because maybe it's because I am a guy. I don't want it to look like if I have on makeup. I wanted to make it look like I have just slightly dewy airbrush skin. if that's even achievable or possible. All right, I got one area that I really need to cover because I got that little bit of redness of the corrector still popping through. Okay, so I'm gonna start blending it through my beard to even it out. Bring some down here. And again, this is the areas that get the dryness all the time. And I hate that with a passion. Okay, so I'm done. It looks like I'm done, right? Okay. So yeah, I am done. I don't see any areas that, oh, I forgot my eyes. I forgot my eye. I forgot I gotta put a little bit there too. I'm over here trying to like get this redness out and I forgot my eye. Okay, so let me take some a little bit away from under the eye because remember, we don't want those creases to show. You know, I know I'm a little older, but I don't want to show it. Okay, I'm not that old. I'm just being sarcastic. Ooh, I gotta blend this out a little bit. I should have put a little bit corrector down here too. And think about that because of my beard area. Oh well, it is what it is. It happens. See? Can you see? All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna do one more pump and one more pump, one more push. See, anyways, see, that's why I can't sing on YouTube videos. I'll be like getting dot, fine, whatever, however they want to call it. And then now I'm just going to the top of my head. No, not really. Okay. That didn't sound right, did it? It sounded like either I was on the toilet or doing something else. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to say, right? Okay, let me pull it back my beanie a little bit so I don't get it dirty. So I don't get it dirty. Because I hate trying to get all makeup stains off of my hats, my beanies, because it's a pain. Get those makeup stains out. Okay. There you go. Okay. It's not that serious. I'm just playing around. Okay. So I think I look somewhat presentable. All right, let me roll my beanie down. Okay. So now, remember I said sometimes I will use a concealer just slightly underneath my eyes. So that is true. I will still use one. I'm going to still use is the also by Fenty Beauty. I should probably hold it this way so you guys can see. The Fenty Beauty conceal. Oops, upside down. So in the number 260 concealer. So this one I use very little bit as well, not a lot, just because I already have concealer. But just in case, I'm going to put it just right here. You see? And then I'll put it down here. There you go. See? That's it. Oh, wait. I forgot to put on my nose. There you go. There you go. That's it. I know I said a little bit and then I'm just caking it on. It failed. Okay, so now I'm going to take the same brush. Again, this is a brush by Jeffree Star with the collaboration with Morphe. I'm just going to lightly pat it in. There you go. That's all. Just very minimal in the sense of how I powdered it in, or blended it, not powder it in. It's not powder. All right, there we go. So I gotta blend this out so that it doesn't look too noticeable, but at least any darkness that's under my eyes that may have shown through, at least it'll somewhat get covered with the little bit of the concealer that I put on. All right, there's this one area that is just not wanting to blend. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's like, maybe it's just me through the mirror, but it's not blending through. Okay, maybe I let it set too long, so I better hurry up and start getting cracking on this one. No, this one's blending just perfectly fine. Who knows? Maybe it's just the way I have touched it. Yeah, so did I mention? I think I did. I just don't remember if I finished it or not because I get scatterbrained. You know, I get a lot of those squirrel moments. I'm like, look, squirrel. Ooh, glitter. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden I just lose track of what I was talking about, like I just did right now. So if you're in the Wisconsin area, today is Halloween and it's snowing. It is snowing, and I'm loving it. I'm happy that it's snowing. I'm like, while other people are like, why? It's fine. It's cool. I don't have a problem with it. I love it. So there you go. That is that. So the next thing that I will do, that sponge, it's all wet because I had wetted it a little bit. So the next thing I would do is that I will then work on my eyes. Actually, let me do this real quick. I'll show you what I mean. I said this, and you're like, what are you talking about this? So I'm going to also now go in just to kind of like dry it down a little bit. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter right here. Sorry for the hand grease. I've been eating chicken. So the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter in the color, I'm about to say flavor, in the shade banana. So I'm going to take this right here. And I'm just gonna like, just very little. Hey, it's not coming out. There we go. Just a couple little. And then I'm gonna get this brush because clearly I forgot my brushes. Oh, here they are. I was about to get the KKW brush, but since I got my brushes here, I thought I guess I thought I had left them, but I guess I did have them right here. So I'm gonna take the Jeffree Star brush, ba-bam! You ever have those moments? See, again, squirrel moment. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this around my face. Oh, I think I took it all up. So I'm just gonna like really lightly over my face, like there. Ooh, don't taste like bananas, but it does smell good though. Okay, get that little bit that I left in the little pan. There you go. Brush his nose out. Not brush the nose, but powder this nose. That's it. I'm done. Just with that. Well, and I'm not all the way done, but in the sense of putting the powder on, the Pro Filter powder. Okay, so let me put this thing back on so I don't have powder flying all over the place in my bag. Okay. Now, you ever have these problems? Okay, there it goes. Where you're trying to close it and it doesn't close. So now the next step is I will do my eyebrows. Now, I have a problem with my eyebrows because they never, ever come out right. They don't. So, which bothers me because I want to get my eyebrows looking right, but they don't. Oh well. So, I must have used. I'm looking for my eyebrow pencil, but I can't find it. Oh well. So I'll just use this one. What I'm using right now is also it came in the BoxyCharm package. One of my shipments, I should say. It's the $1 Billion brow pen. I didn't really care for it too much, but since I can't seem to find my other product, I'm gonna have to use it. Okay, so this is how it looks like, right there. Yeah, it's probably not gonna look right, but it's all right. It's whatever. So, and who knows? Maybe it will now. So I don't do a lot on my brows because I don't want them to stand out. If you have a product that you can suggest that I can use, I need something with something like this with a smooth tip where I'm going to get a good amount of product on it, but I'm able to make it smooth lines, because every time I use the ones that you like twirl up, they're like the cream based or whatever, however you want to phrase it or call them. They always start to like smash down, and then when you start to apply it, then you get like a wide large strokes. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. So I am getting something here. There you go. And then I'll just use a spoolie to kind of like blend it out. There you go. Just now let me pull just a little bit up here. Okay. So you see, it's not like majorly like impactful in the sense of visually. So like, oh dang, I don't have my spoolie here either, man. Okay, so you see the difference? And then over here, this one's the one that's not, this is the one that's not done, and this one that is done. Okay. See, that's pretty much all I do. Yeah. I hope in time that I get more comfortable doing my eyebrows, just because I wish I knew how to do eyebrows, but I don't know, maybe I need to sit down and just like play with it a little bit more, you know, in the sense of a particular product, and just try as best as I can to create an eyebrow that look like identical twins or cousins, or however, like, not twins, you have identical cousins, and you know what I'm trying to say. I'm a little slow sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know, like I can never achieve a good eyebrow. Oh, one time though, I had like perfect eyebrow on both. Ooh, I was so happy. I'm like, this never happens, like never. So I don't know what I did that day. The like eyebrow gods were on like next to me, sitting like one had my hand, and it was gliding it for me, because my eyebrows that day looked like thebomb.com. I'm telling you, I was like, ooh. Like if I can go to a tattoo artist and say, can you just give me this same look on both? I was set. I was so proud of myself. So I'm almost done here. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this product at all. And I'm going to tell you why. See, this is why I don't like using new products for the first, like I've only used this for maybe twice already. I think, I can't remember now. When I'm putting this on my eyebrow, and again, this came through one of the BoxyCharm shipments, I think not last month, the month prior. It looks kind of like bluish black, or black bluish, if that makes any sense. It doesn't look right. My hair is not blue. And no, it's not the foundation. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not leaving the house anyways. I mean, it's alright. It's presentable, but I just don't like the color, because maybe you guys can see it. Or is it just me? It just looks a little bluish. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, so the last thing now I'm going to put on my face. Oh, it is a mascara eyelash primer, and this one is from MAC. Well, I don't know if it necessarily is a primer. I mean, it is, I think. I got this from the MAC store, and I was told that it was. So let me show it to you really closely. Oops, sorry. There you go. So if I take it out, it's like, it's white. So I was asking one of the sales reps at one of my MAC local stores, and I said, do you have like a primer for the eyelashes so that they don't break off from the mascara? So the lady says, yeah, go ahead and use this. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've been using it. Does it seem to work? I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't know, to be completely honest. So that's it. I use that a little bit, and then I go in with a mascara. Oh, here it is. Now this product I do like. This also, ooh, it's all dirty. This came through one of my BoxyCharms shipments. This one I do absolutely love. It's an eyebrow pencil, like, I don't know what it is really. It's like a powder on one end and a brush on the other. I love it. I didn't see it though the first time. All right. So this also came through one of my BoxyCharms shipment packages. Sorry, I should have showed you guys. It is one of the mascaras. It's obviously upside down. Sorry. It's by Wonder Beauty. All right. I do like how it's shaped. There you go. You see that? I love that. So I never put any on my bottom eyelashes. I just don't. I want my eyes to stand out, but not for the wrong reasons. And then by no means am I saying putting mascara on your bottom eyelashes is wrong. It's just, again, because I'm a guy, even though I got makeup on, I still want to try to make it look natural. If that's even possible. You get what I'm trying to say, right? I think. So let me do the other eye. Okay. Ooh, I do like how this goes on. I haven't, I've seen other YouTube videos and I've never seen anyone else use that particular product before. So when I purchased it, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll use it. I think it was, if I remember correctly, and I could be complete. Oh, I'm putting so much on, I'm gonna start looking like Tammy Faye. So I better be careful. I believe if I remember correctly, it was $18 for that primer. Ooh, I can feel that it lifted up and it must have hit on top of my eye. No, it didn't. You know when you kind of like put on mascara and all of a sudden your eyes are fluttering like butterflies, and all of a sudden it hits on top of the lid, so then you have like these little dots. Anyways, so the last thing, and I know we went through a whole spiel. Normally it doesn't take this long. Normally I'm like, and I'm done. So the last thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put on my lips. My lips are on, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm gonna get a little bit of this Jeffree Star lip scrub so I can get some of this. It won't come out. It won't come out. Some of this dead skin that may the There you go. There you go. Okay, better shut up. It tastes good. I got all my clothes, I think. Okay, I am done for today in the sense of eating. That filled me up. Okay, now I got sugar crumbs. Like I've been eating sugar cookies. Okay, so what I'm gonna use, I always use, typically my go-to product, it's the Fenty Beauty. If it comes through, there you go. The Fenty Beauty in the shade, I don't remember the shade. It's the very first release that they came out with. So usually I'll just go with just one swipe. That's it. Underneath my lip. So I got sugar crumbs. That's all right. That's it. I gotta clear that out. Yeah, it's noticeable. Well, like I said, I'm not going anywhere after this. So, you see my lips. You see some of the sugar crumbs. Ugh. Why am I gonna lick my lips? I just put that on. I should have done that before. Hello. That's all right. So the very last thing that I do now is spritz my face with Fix Plus by MAC. That's it. Just to bring in some of the moisture back from the setting powder that I put or used from either, sometimes I'll use other setting powders, but like I mentioned, this one I had used the Pro Filter from Fenty Beauty in the shade Banana. I was about to say flavor again, I caught myself. All right, so there you go. So let me just dry this out. Let me know what you guys think. So is it better? Is it worse? Let me take a look. Yeah, this is, other than the sugar cookie crumbs, not really sugar cookie, but other than the sugary or sugars residue that's on my lips a little bit, but I think that's my fault, I put too much. That is usually my to-go face. After, like on the weekends, we're about to go to the store, whatever, I'll put on this, put on a baseball cap or a beanie, and I am out the door. So as you can see, I don't know. You guys let me know. What would you done differently? Give me some suggestions. Tell me, give me some of your tricks, and I would love to implement them into my routine and see how well they work for me. Who knows? Again, this is something that I don't normally do every single day. It's something that I'm learning along the way, and hopefully we can learn together. So that's pretty much what I want our channel. When I say our channel, it is because I'm including you into my world and how we can create this world of beauty and not make it so negative, because lately the negative community has been somewhat negative, and I want to try to get away from that. I want it to be more of a positive, hey, did you know you can do this? Hey, did you know? Because makeup should be fun. Makeup should be an experiment. You know, it's basically all colors. You know, how much fun was it when we were little and we got color crayons, especially when we got that big old box of like 64 crayons, like, yeah, I'm rich, I got the whole box, you got the 8 count, booyah. Anyways, you want that feeling. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, if you haven't done so already, follow me on my other social media platforms under the name of Truly MKE. That would be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and obviously YouTube. So hit the subscribe button, get the notification bell so anytime I upload a video, you'll get alerted. And please hit the like button. If you like it, lets me know that you like this video, and I'll definitely make more in the near future. And again, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Help me make more videos. And that's just by you subscribing. More subscribers, that lets me know that you really do enjoy my videos. And maybe the next one, we'll do story time. Who's to say? I don't know. Maybe a mukbang video. I just want this channel to be including all of you guys. So you know what? Come back next time. Take the time, enjoy the day, and love one another. It's easy. Simple enough. Bye.